Number 2 asks us to differentiate between a place value system and an additive value system. In a place value system, the same symbols are used, however, the placement of these symbols matters. So that's the biggest thing I can stress in the place value system is placement of these symbols. The position of the symbol or digit in a number determines the value. So the value of the number is a product of the symbol value times the position that it's in. So that will make a little more sense when I explain it later. But normally these are determined off of bases of these systems. And the additive value system, however, it's not based upon position. There's just different symbols with corresponding numbers. And all these symbols just have to be added up to get the sum. So you don't have to worry about the position. This is straightforward, yet it's tedious and time consuming because you have to worry about drawing them all out and adding them all up. So if we look, the Babylonian represents a place value system because they have a base 60. So the place value in each column is 60 times greater than the column to the right. So as we can see, it goes up by 1 power. So we have 60 to the 0th. As we move to the left, 60 to the first, 60 squared, and 60 cubed. So the values in here are 60 times greater than the value of these. So just an example, if we have this, there's 2 symbols in the Babylonian system. There's like a little tally, like represents a 1, and then this looks like a less than sign that represents 10. So in here, we can see how the values change. So if we have 11 up here, we would take 11 times 60 to the 0th, which would be 11 times 1, which equals 11. Over here, we take the symbols, add them up. That'd be 22 times 60 to the first, which is 22 times 60, and that equals 1,320. And then over here, we have 10 times 60 squared, which is 10 times 3,600, which equals 36,000. Then you'd add them up to get your total. The Hindu-Arabic is also a place value system. We have a base 10 system, and our symbols are 0 through 9. So as you can see, the value in this column is 10 times greater than the value of the column to the right. So we have this column, 10 to the 0, 10 to the first, 10 to the second, 10 to the third. As you move on, you continue, etc. So the value in the ones represents 10 to the 0, which would be 1. And then the 7 would be 7 times 10 to the first, which would be 70. And then this represents 3 times 10 to the second, which is 300. Add them up, get 371. Now this one, the Mayan, is also a place value system. Their system is base 20. Their symbols are a dot, which represents 1, a horizontal line, which is 5, and then this football-looking thing, which is 0. Theirs is a little different, though. Instead of reading left to right or right to left, it goes up and down. So the columns up top are 20 times the value of the ones down below it. So we move up by 20. So we have 20 to the 0th, 20 to the first, 20 to the second, 20 to the third, on and on. So an example would be, we have a dot here that represents 1 times 20 to the 0, which would be 1. And then we have a horizontal line, 5 times 20 to the first, which is 100. And then 6 symbol times 20 to the second, 2,400. Add them up to get the total. And Roman numeral and Aztec, those both represent additive value systems because they just have a list of symbols. And I can pull up the Aztec one. Here's their symbols. So these symbols have corresponding values, and then they're just lined up. Doesn't matter what position they're in as long as you add them all together, and that will get you your sum.